Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Joining me now is Daniella Stonefield, and she is here, as she always is, with the business report. So we're going to jump right in with, of course, what everybody's talking about, what I mentioned in headlines, and that is, of course, the expiration of the mask mandate. Tell us what that means in terms of businesses.
Yes, indeed. Betsy, great to be here as always. So as I know that you have mentioned in the headlines today, there is the lifting of the mask mandate, which is on everyone's mind right now. Depending on what side of the aisle on that you're on, it doesn't really matter. Everyone is talking about it, and they're waiting to see exactly what's going to happen. So as we know, the unincorporated areas of Beaufort County have lifted, and a lot of businesses are following suit. The individual municipalities, that would be City of Beaufort, Town of Bluffton, Town of Hilton Head, etc., they are able to make their own decisions. Now, Bluffton and Beaufort have decided to go along with this lifting. Right. Hilton Head remains to be seen. So far, they have not lifted it yet, but when they do, a lot of these businesses are able to make their own decisions, and a lot of them are maintaining the mask mandate in their private businesses. So for a lot of them, it's all the way from really just what it's been so far. Everybody coming in has to have a mask. If you are eating or drinking, you can remove it at that time. Some places are saying, well, our staff is still going to wear it just in case, just to add that extra layer of safety. But for clients and customers, you can decide if you want to wear it or not. If you're more comfortable having it on, that's fine. If you're comfortable having it off, that's fine too. So we're seeing a lot of differentiation in how people are approaching this. But coming up here pretty soon, it's looking like it's not going to be a requirement other than when you're in a private business.
Good to know, but don't throw it away quite yet, right? We're just going to keep it in the back
That's exactly right. Keep it handy because, of course, as we all know, individuals have been very, very afraid over this whole process, and that's certainly understandable. And so even if just for the purposes of making people feel comfortable and safe, keep it in your back pocket.
Right. And so let's get a pulse on the business community. We always like to touch on, see how people are feeling out there these days.
Exactly. So going along with that, of course, as the businesses and the markets continue to open back up, people are feeling a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident. Betsy, we talked a couple of months ago whenever this vaccine rollout was starting. Yeah. Kind of supposing that this would be happening really in accordance with the warming of the weather and people coming back to the area for their vacations or for their second homes or what have you. And we are definitely starting to see a lot of that. So you go into these businesses and they are at not necessarily 100% capacity historically, but for whatever their capacity is at the moment, they're at that number. They are consistently handling their customers. In a lot of places, the most difficult thing that they are experiencing right now is a lack of staff. So when you go into our food and beverage establishments or our other service industry companies, they are really not having an issue with the people coming in. It's about taking care of that demand because they don't have enough employees. So for anyone out there watching our report that's looking for employment, whether that's a first or a second job, another stream of income, a lot of our local businesses are hiring. You wouldn't have to throw a rock very far to find one.
That's absolutely true. And also, let's just remind everyone, be patient with them because they are a lot of understaffing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so then, as we always like to do as well, touch on some events that are coming up as a way to network and get your name out there in our community.
Yes. So we are seeing some return of some in-person events. People are being very careful. A lot of them are staying outside, especially with this nice weather. You're able to do that so they can stay safely distanced. So the one that is upcoming this week is Bluffton Chambers Young Professionals, that's BCYP. That will be at the outdoor venue of the Burnt Church Distillery, and that will be this Wednesday, 5 to 7. I want to make sure I didn't get the time wrong. So that is this Wednesday, the 21st. That is 5 to 7 p.m. It's always a wonderful event. Now, for non-members, that's $15, and if you are a BCYP member, of course, admission is free. If you want to be a BCYP member, the whole year is $75. So that adds up pretty quickly to make a lot of sense. Coming up after that, the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber, they are actually having their info session on their upcoming leadership class. I will be attending as well, and so I will see you there. That is April the 22nd, and that is virtual. And that's 5 p.m. online. There are a lot of other events coming up here in the future, and I will keep you apprised of what they are.
Well, thank you so much. It's always good to see you, Daniella.
Great to see you, Betsy. Thank you.